The Knowledge-Freedom Manifesto, Understanding Power, Control, and Awakening. 1. Introduction, The Crisis of Ignorance. As a man thinketh, so is he. Modern people suffer from a lack of knowledge. This ignorance leads to a false sense of freedom and prevents individuals from recognizing the forces that shape their lives. Knowledge is the foundation of freedom. Without it, people are enslaved by systems they do not understand. 2. The hidden history of control. Western civilization, led by Europe and the Roman Empire, has laid the groundwork for modern governments, legal systems, and religious institutions. The phrase "all roads lead to Rome" is more than metaphor, it reflects how modern governance and commerce evolved from Roman models. Unless we understand where our institutions originated, we cannot hope to fix their flaws. 3. Vision and the consequences of its absence. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Without a collective understanding of where we came from and where we're headed, society is vulnerable to manipulation. True freedom requires not only physical liberty but intellectual and spiritual clarity. 4. Roman law and sovereignty. Maxims of Roman law. For he who would be deceived, let him. If you do not defend your rights, you have none. Sovereignty must be reclaimed through understanding, education, and the assertion of individual rights. 5. Case study, The Power of Education, Socrates and Tiananmen Square. Socrates was executed for corrupting the youth by teaching them to think critically. In modern China, cassette tapes shared by students sparked intellectual uprisings, evidence that ideas, not violence, drive change. Education and communication are more dangerous to tyranny than rebellion. 5. Understanding as a foundation. Understanding literally means to stand under and inspect the foundation before building upon it. Without investigating the roots of a subject, true comprehension is impossible. 7. The illusion of money and ownership. Banks do not lend money in the traditional sense. Instead, they create credit based on commercial paper and bookkeeping entries. Paper currency, Federal Reserve notes, are not payment, but debt instruments, bills, not cash. Result: people do not legally own their cars, homes, or even themselves. 8. The illusion of consent and registration. Vehicles registered with official use-only tags indicate state ownership. Insurance, licensing, and marriage certificates all point to the commodification of life by the state. The state, acting as a corporation, claims ownership over citizens as collateral. 9. Maritime law and human commodification. Maritime law, or the law of the sea, governs commerce and views people as products, legal fictions in a financial system. This paradigm reduces human lives to business transactions governed by corporate law. 10. Media distraction and cultural hypnosis. Modern society distracts citizens with sports, celebrity culture, and trivial media. People are trained to worship icons instead of questioning power or reading foundational documents. This cultural hypnosis undermines intellectual autonomy and reinforces systemic control. 11. The riverbank analogy. Money is currency, and banks, like riverbanks, direct its flow. Terms like liquid assets, underwater on debt, and current size show the linguistic and symbolic control embedded in the financial system. 12. The urgency of intellectual awakening. Humanity faces an existential crisis, not merely political or economic, but spiritual and cognitive. What we need is not revolution in the streets, but a renaissance of reason and wisdom. You can elect your leaders, but you cannot select them. Real choices are manufactured. Final words: choose to see. We must choose knowledge over ignorance, wisdom over compliance, and clarity over comfort. Begin studying the foundational systems: law, banking, governance, and history. Only then can we reclaim sovereignty over our lives and the futures of our children.